Hey guys, I hope that you're having a great start to your week. I guess it's Thursday, so you're almost finished your week. If you are a weekend warrior, I'm excited for you. I wanted to hop on here today because we've all had a job or a career where we've had coworkers that maybe we didn't get along with, or maybe they just weren't our cup of tea, or even worse, they were vying for our job, or they were trying to outperform us because they're in competition for the next step. Hey Amy, how's it going? So often, we put ourselves in a position where we don't get to choose who we get to work with, and we have to just deal with the people that are there. And the odds of being in a work environment where you like everyone or get along with everyone is slim to none, because in most work environments, everybody is working on a promotion, and you're usually fighting for a spot, right? You're usually fighting for a spot, and you're usually in competition. And now, I'm not saying that this is easy. We all know that coworker that is a huge pain in the you-know-what. We all know that coworker. Sometimes they come in management, and they're in a management position that they feel entitled to giving their opinion, but they aren't qualified to be a manager or make people feel good, and they speak down to you, or they make you look bad in front of the boss because they're scared that you're going to take their job. And it's actually kind of terrifying having to work with people like that, because they aren't living the best version of themselves, and they often make you feel less than, and you have to show up at work every day. I cannot tell you, hey Denny, how's it going? I cannot tell you how many jobs that I've had that I've been sexually harassed, and you go to management and they're like, yeah, it's not really a big deal. I'm like, no. Like, I don't feel comfortable in my work environment, and you're not going to fire this person, and then you have to go and you have to work in that environment. So I want to tell you a story of something that happened that was really unfortunate yesterday. And, one of the things about working online is that we meet people online. We don't necessarily get to speak with them in person. There's no interview process. It's just it's a love-hate relationship, because I love that we give equal opportunity for people to start as a business owner for a very, very low cost. And you give them the opportunity to make as much money as they want without any ceiling. There are very few opportunities out there that are like that you choose how much you want to get paid depending on your work ethic and depending on what you want, and you get to work on your own schedule. So I love that part of it. The part that is very difficult sometimes is that we work with people that we don't know. We meet them online, or we meet them out in public, and we don't know the background, we don't know their history. They sign up because they want to be on your team and they want to work with you. Well, we don't know people's upbringing. We don't know their level of education. We don't know their mental health. And I'm telling you, over the past 3 years, there has been circumstances that we've had mental health issues for people that have enrolled that have been so disrespectful, non-compliant, all of these things that we don't embody, and we had to cut our ties. Well, unfortunately, and I'm going to talk about this because I think that a lot of people don't talk about it, but I'll tell you why I'm talking about it in the end. So we had a team member who, I'm not sure if there's mental health issues there. I'm not sure if it's lack of education or confidence or lack of research, but she had asked if she could change sponsorship. Now, for those of you that are in direct sales, you know that your sponsor is your coach, your mentor. They're the person that teaches you what to do. It's really important to choose somebody that you like. It's really important to choose somebody that you can learn from. But 9 times out of 10, when somebody comes to me with a complaint like this, and I said 50-50 to the team because I had this conversation with the team yesterday, but 9 times out of 10, when people come to you with this complaint and they're looking for other leadership, 9 times out of 10, it's because they're not willing to do the work. They're not willing to put in the time. They're not willing to take the advice. What their sponsor or their coach is telling them, they're not comfortable doing, so they're not doing it. And they're looking for somebody to give them the easy route, or the easy way out. And there is no easy way. In life, if you want more out of life, you want to make money, you want to make an impact, you want to make a difference, you want to help people, there's no easy way. If somebody tells you there's an easy way to make money, run away. So we have people like this come into the business, and she'd ask for different sponsorship. Now, sometimes they aren't getting great leadership. So I give everyone the benefit of the doubt. I love giving people the benefit of the doubt because I feel that there's always 2 sides to the story and the truth lies in the middle. So I started asking questions to this person. And it was very apparent to me that they weren't putting in the effort, and they were making tons of excuses as to why they haven't progressed and why they weren't where they wanted to be. But the bottom line is they weren't putting in any effort, and they were feeling entitled to a paycheck and a position. And that's a hard thing. So I had spoken with her sponsor. I went to her sponsor and I asked how things were going. And she said this, she's not coachable. She's not somebody that wants to go out and do these things. She hasn't hit the point in her life that she's hit rock bottom and actually wants to make a change. So we call these people like energy suckers, or the complainers, or the people that are always looking for the negative and not looking for the positive. They're not problem solvers, they're problem creators. So I started off the conversation with that. And then the conversation went to the cost that it is to start to run your business. Now, for those of you that are watching that don't know, to start your own home business with us, it's $99 US, $133 Canadian. And that is such a tiny price tag for a business that you can turn around and make $10,000 a month within a year. And I say that because I did it, not because I'm fibbing. Not because I'm like, oh, there's the potential to make $10,000 a month within a year. No, I did it. I actually made more than that. And I'm telling you because I wanted somebody to tell me the truth. I wanted somebody to be honest with me. And instead of seeing all these people that I didn't know, I wanted somebody that I knew to tell me what was actually happening behind the scenes and were they actually making money. And that's why I picked the company that I did, because when I got to the bottom of it, it wasn't so-and-so up here is making this kind of money. It was like, I'm making this kind of money. So is this person on my team who's been in the business for 2 years. So is this person in my team who's been in the business for 5 years. So is this person. So there was social proof for me that people were actually making money. So anyways, I digress. So she was worried about there's a $20 cost on your website. Do I want to dupe people and not tell them that? No, because there are costs to running a business. There are costs to running, thank you, Amy, exactly. There are costs to running a business, and if you've never been a business owner, you may not recognize that as something that will get you ahead, but it's a very insignificant cost. So $20 a month to run your website. By the way, when I was running my salon website, it was $45 a month, plus, right? Okay, so it's very minimal cost. And then there's an annual fee at your year mark, so you can decide if you want to continue or if you don't. Totally fine. You're not handcuffed to a contract or anything like that. So we give you the opportunity to give it a year. We say give it a year and it'll change your life. If you actually give it a year and you give your all and you listen to your sponsor and you grow and you learn and you become a sponge and absorb the information and put it to action, this business will 100% change your life if you go all in. And I used to kind of roll my eyes at that. And now that I've been in the business for 3 years, I'm like, no, our life is completely different. If you saw my view 3 years ago, I was staring at a parking lot in the city. So our life is completely different. And the lifestyle that we live is completely different. So she was talking about that. And the reason she was upset is because she said that she didn't know that those were fees. So now I just know that this is how she shows up in life, that she's going to complain. She's going to look for the dirt, never the gold. And she's going to show up in life like this. So I'm like, okay, well, you were made aware of that when you started your business a year ago, and that was all in the contract. It's not something we slipped in and duped you with. It was all written there, and it's your responsibility, by the way, if you're going to start something like this, it's your responsibility to know what you're getting into and to know what costs are associated and ask the right questions. It's not so frustrating. Anyways, I digress on that. So it went to that, and I talked to her a little bit about that and how here's some ideas that you can use to make that money back. So because I don't even think about those things that doesn't even faze me because it's so insignificant as a cost in my business. So I understood that, and I gave her some ideas on what she could do. And you know what I got in return? A thumbs up. The thumbs up, if you guys don't know this, is like giving me the middle finger. I'm just like, are you serious? You're going to give me a thumbs up after I spend all this time trying to coach you and help you and make you a better person, and you're going to give me a thumbs up. Okay. So I gave her a thumbs up back, left the conversation. I'm like, no longer time for this. So a day later, she messaged me and she made an extremely false claim about some of our products. And I told her, I'm really sorry, but you're uneducated and that is not the truth. And you can't spread lies like that because it's not the truth. And she's like, well, I called customer service. I called this number and this is what they said. And I said, I can guarantee you that's not what customer service said, because it's not the truth. And then she made even more ridiculous claims. And I realized that I was now negotiating with a terrorist. Like, I realized now there's no way to turn this around. There's no way to help this woman. And again, this is how people show up in life. This is how people show up in life. You either show up in life and you're a problem solver and you're looking for a solution and you want to help people and you do more than you get paid for, because eventually when you do that, you get paid more than you do. And you're willing to put the time and energy in, no matter if it takes a year, 5 years, 10 years. You see the big picture and you're willing to be the solution to the problem. This woman is not willing to be the solution to the problem. So it got to the point that she accused me personally of something that was untrue and ludicrous, basically that I'm killing people. That's what she told me. And I'm saying that because I have a smile on my face because it's absolutely ludicrous. And so I blocked her. The beauty of online business and working on social media, when you don't have to go to an office and you don't have to be stuck in a room with people that are assholes or sexually harass you or are making you look bad in front of everybody else because they're scared that they're going to lose their job, or they're just difficult people that you are forced to work with. I am not forced to work with people. So I blocked her. And what did that do? It made her angry. So she went out there and she started spewing stuff on social media, like we do because we have a voice. And the irony is, when this happens, it says more about that person than it says about you. And it takes a lot of confidence and it takes a lot of personal development to get over that feeling of, did I do something wrong? Did I treat somebody badly? No, you have absolute and utter respect for yourself and you stood up for yourself. So in this lesson, yes, it's a little bit easier for me because I can just block people and I get to choose who I work with. I get to choose daily the people that show up. I will pour into the people that communicate with me, the people that want this, that want more for their life. I get to be this beacon of light for them. I pave the way and I can show them how to create the life that they love. But I also don't have to work with people who complain and are negative and show up like that on a daily basis. And what I want to give, the information that I want to give to you is, if you are stuck in environment, in a work environment, an office environment, I've been stuck in a salon or working at the bar. God, that was bad. But you know, when you've been stuck in that environment and you don't have a choice, you do. You have two choices. You have one, to look for another job. You can look for another job that you deserve, where somebody will respect you, will pay you what you're worth, and will work with you because they see your value. You can look for another opportunity. You can work for yourself so you don't have to deal with people. Or number three, sorry, I'm going to give you a third option now. You can confront that person on their behavior in a way that is beneficial for everybody. And this is a really great skill that my counselor gave me, so I'm going to share it with you. And it's called the 3 rule, or she might call it something different. But basically, you can go to somebody and say, the way that you're behaving right now is making me feel this way. I know that's not your intention, but that's the way that it's making me feel. And then you can put in this positive solution. So I'd really love it if we could get along and that we could focus on our common goal. You don't have to, but that would be the most beneficial in our work environment. And I really would appreciate if you were on the same page as me. So sometimes we have to let go of our ego and our need to be right, and we have to put a problem across with a solution so that people will be able to be on the same page, as opposed to fighting against you, making you feel bad, making you look bad, fighting for your job. You have to realize that being in a work environment like that, it's really important to have a team environment. If there is one person, 2 people, 3 people that are causing crap in that environment, it's going to take the productivity and the imagination and confidence and everything from the team and slow them down. So what I've learned in the past 3 years is I used to try and make things right. I used to try and help people. I used to try and change their perspective, and I'd spend a lot of energy trying to change their perspective and make them a better person and give them personal development. I cannot do the work for others if they are not willing to do the work. And you may have somebody like that in your work environment. And if they make you miserable, when I finally quit my salon job, I was terrified. And the reason that people don't quit and they don't move on is because they're scared. They're scared that they can't do something else. They're scared that they don't have the skills. They're scared that they don't have the know-how. If this is something that you feel right now, let's have a conversation, because I've been through it many, many times in my life. Please reach out. Let's just chat about it. But when I finally decided to leave, my husband was ecstatic. And the reason he was ecstatic is he said, Christina, do you realize that for the past year, every time I picked you up from work and you've gotten in the car, you've either been upset and crying or angry about something? And that's a really terrible environment to be in for a year, and you've been that way for a year. You've been at the salon for 5 years, but the last year has not been serving you. And you don't realize how terrible that environment is until you're out of it. And I'm here on the other side of this happening to me multiple times, of having that fear and not being able to get over that hurdle and move forward. I've had this happen multiple times in my life, that I've been able to face that fear, take the step, move forward, even if it's in uncertainty, and I feel that that's a big risk. And every single time I've trusted my gut, it's exploded, and it's been the right decision, and it's pushed us forward financially. It's pushed us forward as positive relationships, in personal life, with our friendships, with our family. Like, every single time I've decided to get over that fear and that hump, it's changed the game for my business, and it's changed the game for who I am, and allowed me to walk into my purpose. It's allowed me to become the best version of myself at this point in time. And I don't want to be recognizable in a year. I want to be way better than I was right now. And I want to learn the skills and grow and be able to bring that to the table for my team and the people that I surround myself with. And in turn, you start attracting people that have the same viewpoint as you. You start attracting the same people that want more out of life. And the environment that I've been so blessed to be in now, I've never felt so supported, encouraged, inspired. I've never been in a place where high tides raise all ships. So the more wins we get on the team, the better we do, and the better everybody does. We learn from each other. We pool ideas. It doesn't matter where you are in the grand scheme of things. Everyone has a voice, and collaboration is the new competition. So when you're working in a positive work environment like that, things skyrocket. Your business skyrockets, your personal relationships skyrocket, your team skyrockets. There's way more wins, there's way more excitement, and you don't get bogged down by the people that show up to life in a really crappy way. You start surrounding yourself and attracting people that show up the way that you do. So know that you have options, know that they're out there, and that you have to be willing to get over some fears, maybe learn some new skills. But if your gut says get out, or your gut is sick and tired of living in like you're handcuffed to your situation, you are not. You are not. And I'm here to tell you that. I'm here to tell you that you have a choice every single day. And the sooner you make that choice, the sooner you get to move forward and start your new chapter. Hope you guys have an amazing day. Hi, Mama. I love you. And hi, Amanda. Nice to see you guys. So I hope that you guys have an awesome day. And we'll see you soon. Bye.